Hey everyone, my name is Andranalin, the Bazooka Prophet, and of course, I'm going to be talking about another series in this video, talking about what we call the calculations that are involved in solubility, which is a major problem to students all around the world. And this video is made specifically for students who are preparing for JAMB, WAEC, and any O level exams and also A level exams. Now, you will begin to wonder, what are the briefings about solubility? Simple: be calm, be relaxed. Now, what is solubility? The solubility of a solute in a solvent at a particular temperature is the amount. Now, this amount can either be in moles or in grams. So it is the amount of solute dissolved in 1 dm cube of a solvent at that particular temperature. Exactly. Now, of course, what should be the factors affecting solubility? 1 is the nature of the solute. 2, the nature of the solvent. 3, temperature. And also the last one, pressure, if they are gases. Now, for example, you wonder most times why your sugar can dissolve readily in hot water and, of course, slowly with cold water. The chemistry behind it is actually very simple. Why? When you use hot water, the temperature at that particular hot water is able to break down the solute particle of the sugar. And that is why we know from chemistry that the solubility of solid increases as the temperature rises. But it is not the same for that of what now? For that of gases. That in the case of gases, as the solubility increases, it decreases the temperature. And that is why this effect of this calculation should be of a great necessity to you, so that you understand much about this concept. Now, look at it. But before we continue, have you liked? Have you followed? Have you commented? Because I'm sure that this video you are watching or you're listening to will give you a great impact for a good success in your exams. I believe you have done so. So let us start. Now, the calculations involved in solubility are in two phases. We have solubility in mole per dm cube and also solubility in gram per dm cube. The formulas are of what you can see on the board, that mass over molar mass multiplied by volume over multiplied by 1000 over what now? Volume. Now, I make it of 1000 because the volume I was given was in cm cube, meaning if my volume was in dm cube, there will be no need for this 1000. In the case of solubility in gram per dm cube, gram, of course, mass over volume, which is what now in dm cube here. But I had to use 1000 should in your question the volume was given to you in cm cube. Is that clear? Now, look at it now. You should understand, for shortcut purposes, that 1 gram of water is equal to 1 dm cube. That is to tell you that if I don't see my volume there in cm cube and I see a volume or the mass of the solvent in gram, it means 100 gram, 100 cm cube. 20 gram of the solvent, 20 cm cube. Just have that at the back of your mind. It will help you in solving all questions in this aspect. So we can continue. Now, I quickly erase the board so I can have enough space to solve this question for you in a stepwise manner. Now, Erase the board. We already know the formula. But before then, I should add this to it. Copper is 64. Sulfur is 32. Oxygen is what now? 16. Now we solve. Of course, you are aware of the formula that solubility is equal to the mass of the solute is 23 gram over the molar mass of copper 2 sulfate, which I can calculate for, is molar mass of copper 2 sulfate is equal to copper is 64 plus, look at it here, copper 64, sulfur is 32 plus oxygen was 16, right? But the number of atoms of oxygen here is 4. So it will be 16 times 4 to give me what now? 64, which is now equal to 160 gram per mole. Now I come here, I'll put the 160 multiplied by 1000 over, remember I've told you 1 gram of water is equal to 1 cm cube. So what are you waiting for? Actually? None. So you come here, you impute this 100 here, because 100 gram of water is the same thing as 100 cm cube of water. So because when you multiply and you divide to be 230 divided by 160, 230 divided by 160 to give me 1.44 mole per dm cube. Should you do not understand, do well to watch the video again. Chemistry is not difficult at all. Difficulty lies in your mindset. If you believe that you can, then you can. Is that clear? No matter your level of chemistry, or no matter how bad your chemistry is, work on yourself, become better. Now, let us not waste time. Let us quickly engage aggressively in this second one. I believe it's okay. So I erase the board now. Erase the board. And we rush quickly to the second one. Now, I love this question. I love it, actually. I love it because this question is a practical question. Very practical. You will see why I said so. Now, remember, the question says the solubility of salt of molar mass is 101 gram per mole at what? 20 degrees Celsius. Is what now? 0.34 mole per dm cube. Meaning, the solubility of this salt here was given to me to be 0.34 mole per dm cube. Then I said, if 3.4 gram of the salt is dissolved completely in 250 cm cube, count down, of water in a beaker, the resulting solution is, they're asking you now, is it unsaturated? Is it suspension? Is it saturated? Or is it super saturated? Now, this is the deal. Now, how do I know that how would I know that a question given to me, it is, or like it's saturated or unsaturated? It's simple. Now, as I will rightly say to you now, whenever the dissolved mass of the salt is greater or equal to the calculated mass now, which we will solve, that's why I said calculated mass. What it simply tells you is that that solution is saturated. But if the dissolved mass is less than the calculated mass, then it is unsaturated. Let us see whether what we've just said now can give us our answer without stress. Now we'll come here. It means that I'm to omit this mass. I'm not going to use it. So I come here to say solubility here was given, was from the formula now. Our solubility is equal to mass over volume multiplied by 1000 over what now? Mass over molar mass, divided by what now? Multiplied by 1000 over volume. Now what is my solubility here? 0.34. What am I looking for? The calculated mass over what is the molar mass I was given? 101. If you bring out the formula, just calm yourself down. Multiply by 1000 over the volume is what now? 250. Let us solve it stepwisely. Here become 0.34 is equal to 1000x over 250 multiplied by 250 multiplied by 101 to give me 25,250. Yeah, it becomes over 1. I cross multiply. So I'll be having 0.34 multiplied by 25250 equal to 1000x. My x is equal to 0.34 multiplied by 25250 over 1000. When I multiply, I'll be having it to be 0.34 multiplied by my answer over 1000. Final answer is 8.585 gram. If you have done this successfully, it simply means that the answer is already crystal clear. How? Look at it. This is the dissolved mass. It is less than this calculated mass, and as such, the correct answer is what now? Unsaturated. You can drop any aspect of chemistry that is a challenge to you, and we'll do it together. But before I go, let me quickly correct something. Most time when I go to different states to go teach, or I'm being invited for some teaching seminar, and students ask me, sir, the temperature I'm giving from a question under solubility, don't we use it? I tell them no. Why? This temperature tells you that it is at this temperature that this salt in particular can dissolve. And it is not applicable in the calculation. That is why they didn't tell you plus the temperature there. No, this is the formula. And this is what we are going to use to solve the question. This is just the first phase of the calculation. In the second phase, we'll do more complex questions. For now, God bless you. Have a nice day.